me. I was reading one of my favourite books. Welcome to our music lesson in Book Week. In this lesson, you're going to be learning how to write your own song for a book that you found at the library. Before we begin, it's time to get warmed up. So let's start by rolling our shoulders forwards 8 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And go backwards 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, we've been sitting at our screens. It feels good, doesn't it? We're going to shake our arms 8 times as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And can you shake your legs too? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to start off with a bit of a belly breath. So hands on your belly. We're going to activate our diaphragm. So can we breathe in for 8? In. Ready, set, go. In for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have our bodies and our breath ready to sing. We're going to have a listen to the song we're going to be learning. It's called I Went to the Library. When you're listening to the song, I wonder if you can listen to the different instruments that you can hear in the song. I'm going to give you a little clue. There are 5 instruments in this recording. The second question I'm going to ask you is about a pattern in the lyrics.
I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. And when I read that book, I learned how to cook. I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. That book was quaint. I learned how to paint. I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. Well, I beg your pardon. I learned how to garden. I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. Well, it sure was ace. I learned about space.
That was a fun song, wasn't it? There were 5 instruments that you could hear in that song. The bass guitar, the electric guitar, drums, clapping, and vocals. What did you notice about the lyrics? Let's have a look. I'll put the lyrics for the first verse on the screen. Here they are. What lyrical patterns can you see? There's a little clue on there with the highlighted parts as well. That's a pattern that happens throughout the whole entire song. Each verse, there are an extra 2 sentences that are different each time. You would notice with the yellow highlighter, the endings of the sentences rhyme. So, for example, in the first verse that you can see, it says, and when I read that book, I learnt how to cook. They're the two rhyming words. In verse 3, it says, that book was quaint. I learnt how to paint. Again, the rhyming words are the last word in each sentence and makes the song a little bit catchy. Let's have a go at singing the song together, bit by bit. I'll sing the first part and you do the echo after me. Ready, I went to the library. I went to the library and got me a book. And got me a book. I went to the library. I went to the library and got me a book. And got me a book. Well done. Let's put that together. I think it's pretty easy because they're the same melody each time. I'll sing 2 sentences now. I went to the library and got me a book. Your turn. I went to the library and got me a book. I wonder how many beats rest is between each line. Let's count it out. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. In between each line, in your head, you need to think 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We don't start from 1 because the first words of each line are on a pick-up beat, so it picks up to beat number 1. Let's try it. I'll go first and I will also do the counts in between. I will sing 2 lines. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Your turn. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Well done. My turn. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Your turn. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And when I read that book, I learned how to cook. And when I read that book, I learned how to cook. Well done. Let's try it with the next verse. I think you're going to pick it up quite quickly. I'll go first. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That book was quaint. I learned how to paint. That book was quaint. I learned how to paint. Let's try the next verse together. Ready? I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Well, I beg your pardon. I learned how to garden. Great. Let's do the last verse together. I went to the library, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and got me a book, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I went to the library, 2, 3, and got me a book. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Well, it sure was ace. I learnt about space, 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 space. Wonderful. Let's do it with the track. When we're counting the rests, you're actually going to hear an instrument that does a little fill. Here's a little clue. Does a little fill in the rests. I wonder, after we sing the song together, could you tell me which instrument plays in that rest? I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. And when I read that book, I learned how to cook. I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. Well, that book was quaint. I learned how to paint. I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. Well, I beg your pardon. I learned how to garden. I went to the library and got me a book. Groovy. I went to the library and got me a book. Well, it sure was ace. I learned about space. That was such a groovy song. I couldn't help but start moving a little bit. Now back to our question. Do you know which instrument did a little solo in the rest? If you said electric guitar, give yourself a pat on the back. It was an electric guitar, and it goes so quickly that when we count it, it nearly feels like we don't have enough time to count it. So you could listen to the cue of the electric guitar to know when to go next. Now it's time for us to compose our own verse to this song. As we said in the beginning, the first 2 lines are always the same, so we actually don't need to write any new lyrics for the first 2 lines in the song. The last 2 lines are what we're going to be writing and composing today. We need to tell the audience a story about a book that we've read in the library and what we learnt from it. Here are the steps. So think of a topic that you like to read about. I know I've been reading a lot about pug dogs. So I'm going to choose pug as the last word in my sentence. The last line of my song will be, I learnt about pugs. Now, the second step to composing this song leads me to start thinking of a word that ends in ug, because I've chosen pug as my last word. I wonder what it could be. Step 3 is I need to compose a sentence that makes sense, that could go before the last sentence in my song. Whatever word you choose, it must make sense. What rhymes with pug? Rug. Let me see. I'm going to try to put rug in a sentence so it rhymes with pug. So I'm up to step 4. I'm going to sing and edit. So here I am. I'm going to sing my last 2 sentences. I sat on a rug. I learnt about pugs. That seems to work. Rug and pug rhymed. Let's do another example. I love reading about astronomy and stars. So my last line for my song will be, I learnt about stars. Now, what could rhyme with star? That could make sense. As this is my second last line. Star, car. That doesn't really work. Car, far. What about red, near, and far? I learnt about stars. Near, far, star. That rhymes. Great. Well, another thing I like to read about is bees. What would rhyme with bee that I could use in my second last sentence? Knee. D. Oh, what about a fiddly-dee? I learnt about bees. Oh, fiddly-dee. I learnt about bees. That makes sense. I need one more. Clowns. They're interesting to read about in the library. Clown. Upside down. Down could work. Ooh, what about read upside down and learnt about clowns. That's great. I think I've written it. I think I've written my whole song. Would you like to sing it with me? Okay, let's give it a crack. I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. I sat on a rug and I learnt about pugs. I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. Red, near, and far. I learnt about stars. I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. Oh, fiddly-dee, I learnt about bees. I went to the library and got me a book. I went to the library and got me a book. Read upside down and I learnt about clowns. That rocked! The rhyming words, I think, have really made it catchy. Now it's your turn to write your library song. I wonder what you're going to learn about when you go to the library. Have a great book week. Bye. Back to reading for me.